Good afternoon. We are joined by Mesa head coach, men's and women's track and field, Sean Ricketts. Sean, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, what's up, Bo?
Hey, before we start talking about regionals, let's talk about the conference championships. Once again, simply dominated the field. Your men's team winning their fourth consecutive conference crown and the women's back-to-back. Um, you know, Tell me once again, I always ask this, and I think a lot of people that watch our videos and interviews, the success that you have with this program over the last has just been amazing. And you guys are the powerhouse in the conference and also in the state, obviously. Tell me about the success.
Well, I mean, it comes down to team,
Yeah.
the culture, um, the meaning of being a part of the team.
Mhm.
Every athlete has uh, the goal to contribute, and then coaching staff.
Mhm.
The consistency of the coaching staff, the experience level. Half of the coaching staff are alumni of Mesa College, so there's that
Mhm.
tradition and legacy.
I just can't even talk enough about the coaching staff and the culture that you guys have created. Track and field is one of those sports that there's a million things happening behind closed doors in progressing your athletes from the very beginning to the middle to the end. And the way you guys talk, the way you guys prepare, it's definitely no secret to the success that you guys are having, right? Um, and it's definitely a cool thing to watch. Hey, recently had the regionals this past week. Can you give me a couple of highlights that happened this week?
Yeah, let's just talk about it was the prelims, but we did have a
Mhm.
couple finals this week for some of the throws and for the 10K.
Yeah,
So just let's highlight the people that qualified to state and
yeah.
competed at their best. On the women's side, in the women's 10K, we had Mohassin Abakar. She placed third and she hit a state A. She ran 38:44. That
Mhm.
is number four on our all-time list.
Yeah.
And then Presley Bennett, she was sixth, qualified to state, ran 39:12 in the 10K, and that puts her number six on our all-time list.
Mhm.
Women's javelin, Kayla Estrada qualified to state. She placed fourth. In the men's 10,000, we had Jesus Villarreal. He ran a personal best 31:40, hit a state A, placed sixth, qualified to state. And then I would say of the meet, the highlight of the meet was the men's shot put.
Mhm.
We placed second and third. Jasper Cadlick, he placed second with a PR of 16.08 meters. That puts him number eight on our all-time list. Ranked number two in the state. Caesar Salazar was a close third, 15.86 meters. And it was a really close battle between us and RCC. RCC, they had the top thrower. He placed first, but then they basically swept like fourth through eighth place. So it was a huge battle, big throws going back and forth. Very fun competition to watch.
Sure.
I would say those were the highlights. Secondly, everybody that advanced did. So this Friday is the big meet with the majority of our athletes competing in the finals.
Hey, Coach. Just so everyone's familiar, can you explain to everyone watching us today why these events, these athletes advanced and why they were able to run their finals that day?
Okay, so in terms of the regional prelims and
Mhm.
finals, they're basically a qualifying round. So to
Yeah.
start off with those finals that took place last week, we had to do the prelims and finals in the same day for the throws because of our facility. So it's very tough to have because of the layout, all throws in one day. So to make it safe and very efficient and manageable to run those events, we break them up between weeks. And in terms of the 10K, that's set in our region. They
Yeah.
typically run the 10K final at prelims. Then you have the 5K final at the finals. But in terms of qualifying on to state,
Mhm.
it's a, I'll try to break this down to you quickly. Um, you have to get a state A. All
Mhm.
right. So they'll take everyone with a state A that places. So in terms of that, in all of your non-lane events, so all of your distance from 1500 up, all of your throws and your horizontal jumps, which is the long jump and the triple jump, there's 12 people that qualify on between north and south. They try to divide it even, so six
Got it.
from the south, six from the north, but they got to have state A's. All right, so for example, if only four people from the south have state A's that place in that top four, then there's eight from the north, they'll take eight from the north that have the state A's. Hopefully that makes sense. And then
No,
in your vertical jumps, which is pole vault, high jump, and then your lane event, so 100 meters up to your 800, and then your short hurdles and long hurdles, it's nine. So they'll go 4 and 4, and then the next like fastest state A from either region.
makes perfect sense. Now, moving.
I hope so.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. I
Yeah.
think we just wanted to qualify because, again, for me, I was like, well, wait a minute, why is the finals being happening today as opposed? And is basically the facility is why those races, those events were ran as opposed to Friday, May 12th for the finals. Well, moving on to that, Friday, May 12th, the final rounds. Can you tell us a little bit about the highlights from there? I think we have a couple of guys like Lamar, Maximilian Madison, Sydney, and the men's 4x400 who's had one heck of a year. Can you give us some of the highlights of what we should look for coming up in the final rounds?
I think any event that our athletes are in, they're prepared well and they're looking bottom line to advance to the state meet. And that's really that's the final meet of the season. That's where we want to have their best performances there. The special thing about this week and last week is they get to compete at home. So I feel like that is something that's special, very meaningful to them. Um, but yeah, I would say across the board, if you're looking women's side, women's eight, Sydney should do really well. Madison's ranked at the top in the pole vault. Our women's 4x1 and 4x4 have been coming along strong. Our women's steeplechasers, we have a couple of the top steeplechasers in the state. Mohassan Pressler coming back in the 5K. And throws wise, Casey Kamoli, ranked number 2 in the state in the shot put. She's ready to make a statement at home. She's also ranked up there in the discus.
Mm-hmm.
And then CC Collins, her teammates, also been progressing well on the shot put. Men's side, 4x1 and 4x4. 4x1's been ranked up there the whole season, but 4x4 has come along really strong over the last couple weeks since our conference meet. Distance wise, steeplechasers, we got the 3 top ranked steeplechasers in the state, and then some of them are doubling back. So one's coming back in the 15, that's Zach Beckwith, and then David and Bryce are coming back in the 5K. So I want to see how they double coming back. 1500, we got 5 guys in the final, one guy in the 8, and then region. 110 hurdles. Maximilian's been coming along strong. He placed 4th there last year in the state meet.
Mm-hmm.
And then Harrison Hansen's also been coming along in the longer hurdles. Our sprints, Lamar has come along very well. He actually hit a junior national mark a couple weeks ago, which we're going to take him to Eugene in July for that. But look for him in the 100 and 200, and then Moray in the 100 as well. Long jump and high jump, Titan Taylor has come along well. And then Jeremiah Havens has just been PRing in all of his individual events for the decathlon.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun to watch him. He's going to be competing in the javelin and in the pole vault. And then Jasper, who placed 2nd in the shot put, he's one of the top ranked guys in the javelin. So he'll be coming back in that. So pretty much covered all the bases
Yeah.
there. Should be a fun meet. Really fun to watch the regional meet. All the teams that come down. How competitive it is. Mount Sac is really strong this year on both the men and women. But look for Cerritos to make a run for the title as well on the women's side. And I got to mention RCC on the men's side has a really strong program as well.
Of course. Now with after the SoCal finals here, we're going to be headed to Modesto for the Triple CA state championship. Now, would it be safe to say that you guys are peaking and progressing at the right time?
Yeah, we're doing the best that we can. So in terms of that, we are happy with what we see, and the ball is in our athletes' court at this point.
Sure. And not to sound gosh, how do I say this? Obviously with your program, every single year we always shoot for the top, right? We always shoot for that state championship, but we can't overlook what we have to do at the regional level. What's your message to your guys? Keeping focused on what's in front of them as opposed to looking forward ahead and possibly affecting how they perform.
I think for the men and women, we talk about team a lot in
Mhm.
your contribution to the team. So not only are you out there competing for yourself, but think of your teammates and the program that you're a part of.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, we talk about like the process of training, but all the little things come together at this point and they're prepared. Um, and then lastly, it is like any other meet. Even though there's a championship put on it,
Mhm.
it's just like any other meet. You go out there, take advantage of the opportunity that's given to you.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, once again, I thank you for your time. Keep doing what you guys do because it's fun to watch. It's always great to hear your guys' results. So, once again, SoCal Finals, Friday, May 12th, and then followed by the Triple C Double A Championship in Modesto on Friday, May 19th. Coach, good luck and go
All
get
right.
him.
Thank you, Bo. You have a good day.
Thanks,
Bye.
Sean.
All right. See ya.